Hello guys, it's TZK, and today we're going to be having a look at the Killing Floor 3 general FAQ, frequently asked questions. This is basically anything you need to know about Killing Floor 3 that you're not too sure of. I know this does answer some of the frequently asked questions, which we will go into much later. Starting off with the general FAQ, who is the developer. Tripwire Interactive is the developer and publisher of Killing Floor 3. Retail publishing has been handled by our partners at Playion. I don't know how you say that, but never actually heard of them, which is interesting. Now, what type of game is Killing Floor 3? Become the ultimate Z killer as you survive the hordes, adapt to challenges, and acquire new skills and weapons in the most expansive perk and weapon customization in franchise history. One thing I am actually looking forward to is expansive perks and weapon customization. And co-op play is also richer than ever, encouraging players to collaborate through build synergy, role-based targeting, and deeper collaboration. Maybe a bit more strategy with each game, perhaps. Be quite interesting to see. Long-time fans will enjoy the refined features and gameplay. New players will discover the perfect entry point to the pulse-pounding world of Killing Floor. So where and when can I play then, you may be asking? The game will release on March 25th, as we've seen with the previous trailers. Several betas will be available for players to join as well. Closed beta, which we know is February 20th to 24th, and we're also looking into scheduling another beta between the closed beta and the launch. That's interesting. Okay, so of course they want all the feedback they can get, so scheduling more than one beta I think is a really good move. Tripwire can definitely get a ton of feedback from that. Which is quite cool. So I signed up for the closed beta, promoting the Killing Floor 3 website. What now? So the cut-off for sign-ups is February 10th, 2025. Does that go for this beta, or is it future betas? Because of course they're going to say they're going to be making more betas up here. And on February 11th, players who signed up will receive a onboarding questionnaire in their inbox, where they'll provide relevant details, like their platform, their global region. Okay, so we got some information from that, so we know what devices people are playing on. If Tripwire do get any bug reports, they know exactly what's going on with what console. And on the 19th, players who completed the survey and are located into the supported regions will be sent a closed beta key. So there's certain regions that the game supports. I imagine there is a lot of regions. Obviously UK, US, Canada, all that stuff will be supported. I imagine so anyway. Not sure about any other place. I imagine they will be doing a lot of support for a ton of countries though, so I wouldn't worry too much about it. And players who missed their chance to sign up via the form will still have a chance to join the closed beta by claiming a key from one of our industry partners, which instructions are still to be disclosed. So how much does it cost to purchase? Where can I pre-order? Killing Floor 3 will cost for the standard edition $39.99. Well, that's in dollars actually, so of course you need to translate that to your currency. I think in British pound that's about $34.99, and it also includes the base game pre-order bonuses like the Flatliner bundle. We've actually got an entire diagram here we can see. So standard edition, you got the Flatliner weapon skin bundle. The day one edition, that's basically the Flatline bundle. The digital editions be available on all major digital storefronts. Got the deluxe edition, which actually includes the Shadow Agent specialist skin and weapon skin. Nightfall supplier pass access. With the Elite Nightfall edition, you get 4 passes here, whereas with digital you get 1. Deluxe, sorry. In terms of Nightfall credits, for Deluxe Edition you get 1,000, for Elite you get 3,000. And again, you can obviously pre-order everything from here, from the Epic Games Store, the PlayStation, Xbox Steam Store. It's available on quite a lot of platforms, so it's quite cool. What is a Nightfall supply pass? Now we go into the more detailed stuff. We'll be sharing more details about Nightfall supply passes soon, but we're happy to confirm that the supply passes will always be available for purchase, will never expire. Is that purchasable with real money though, supply passes, or is it with creds? I think it's what it's called. Yeah, creds. You got 1,000 creds and 3,000 creds. I'm guessing you buy it with creds, maybe, I'm not too sure. So the supply passes use a page format for players to progress, which includes a free track for those who don't purchase it. So of course there might be a paid track. I do still feel like it's a good idea what they're doing, like adding a free track, which is good. And that way people who don't pay for it don't feel left out. I do feel like that is a good idea. Then again, not sure about the rewards, because maybe paid players might get better rewards. Just one concern I might have. So as players progress, they will unlock additional cosmetic items to use, including new character outfits, weapon skins, weapon trinkets and more. Hopefully not DLC weapons or anything to pay to win. Just like I said in my previous video about this stuff, I do hope it's not DLC weapons. Supply passes are expected to be available every new quarter, 4 per year. Okay, so I think that's equivalent to like seasonal updates we got in Killing Floor 2, because I know we had 4 per year for Killing Floor 2. So a supply pass is 1,000 credits each, which is targeted at $10 USD. I mean, I don't know, I suppose that could be a good value, because you do get like a lot of stuff with it. The pricing for creds will vary in other regions, based on relative regional prices, etc. So yeah, it's different for each person. And will Killing Floor 3 receive post-launch support? Yes, it will. With previous entries in the series, we plan to support Killing Floor 3 well beyond its release with ongoing updates. Cool. Hopefully the updates are good. Killing Floor 2, towards the end, the updates weren't that great, and I do hope Killing Floor 3, it does, be interesting enough to keep players coming back to it. Like, we need actual good rewards with seasonal updates, I think. That's one thing that was really lacking in Killing Floor 2, was lack of reason to keep coming back to the updates. You would literally play it once or twice, think, yeah, it's pretty okay, yeah, it's whatever, and then never come back to it. But I feel like with these updates, I need a reason to keep players coming back to the game. And so what kind of post-launch content features can we expect? We'll continue to expand the game with free updates, including new maps, specialist perk archetypes, weapons, including real-world weapons. Hopefully free weapons. Again, I don't want any pay-to-win stuff. Even gameplay updates, probably quality of life stuff. In addition, there will be free and premium cosmetics available through the supply pass and assignment rewards. Further details will be shared in the future, so stay tuned. Okay. Will future updates expand the story and lore? Yes, new seasons will further develop the ongoing narrative of Nightfall, Halsey and rogue scientist Moorcroft. In case you don't know who Moorcroft is, we saw him at the start on the terminals of each Z reveal, so that'll be interesting to find out what he does. So we've also got new assignments and challenge-driven content. Cool. What language is Killing Floor 3 translated to? The game will feature fully localized voices in English, French, German, Spanish, and simplified Chinese. Additionally, localized text languages include Japanese, Korean, Polish, Brazilian, all those languages. And probably the most important thing here, minimum and maximum specs for PC, which is all here if you want to read all of that. So does Killing Floor 3 feature a solo and offline mode? Yes, players can choose to play the game solo on their own machine. As long as the player has a working connection to the back end, their stats will progress. It's a bit like Killing Floor 2. I know with Killing Floor 2, the item shop was very much online, so they are sort of sticking with that. Does Killing Floor 3 have local or couch co-op? No. Players will connect to online dedicated servers to play co-op. Can I matchmake with my friends owning Killing Floor 3? Yes, you can. Players have the option to turn on or off matchmaking while selecting a mission. Okay, that's pretty good for getting players together, which is quite cool. So does the game support crossplay? Can I turn it off and on in Killing Floor 3? Yes, it does support crossplay. You can choose to turn it off and on. When turned off, players will only be able to connect or matchmake with players on their own platform. I don't know why you would turn it off though, because more consoles and platforms people have, the easier you can find lobbies. Players will also be able to connect with their friends and their preferred platform of choice when crossplay is on, showing a lobby code. Alright then. Others can then choose to join that lobby code squad up. So I think that's a pretty cool feature. It's a lot easier to connect with friends, if they're on different consoles, you can't just Steam invite them. I think lobby codes are quite cool. Definitely is a simple way to connect with your friends, and it will not be possible to transfer your stats between platforms. That's fine, I only play on Steam anyway, so it's fine. Does Killing Floor 3 feature an anti-cheat? Yes, it uses anti-cheat to help ensure a fair experience. Good. We definitely don't want any hackers like COD, although their anti-cheat doesn't work. Does Killing Floor 3 feature any DRM software? Outside of the platform integrations for Steam and Epic Games, there's no additional DRM software. Okay, so you can basically, click and play. It's pretty cool. So what are specialists? In case you've been living under a rock, they're basically playable classes in the game, each featuring unique skills, avatar, gadget, and throwables. Avatar? Did they mean cosmetics? I don't know what they mean by avatar, because you can't actually change the character. They do also have a unique set of primary and secondary weapons that can be progressed up to level 30, which is what I like, more progression. How are unlocked skills upgraded? I've basically covered all this in my previous videos, but you can use proficiency points, which are earned by completing waves in survival matches. And probably the most important question, are specialists restricted anyway? Yes, each specialist is locked to their specific player, avatar, perk, gadget and throwable. You can't mix and match these elements between different specialists. Yeah, again, I'm a bit unsure about this, because I feel like it limits customization in a way, because you can't just have the freedom to pick your character. But I don't know, maybe it might be okay in Killing Floor 3, but the fact it is restricted to, your avatar and stuff is a bit, I'm not too sure, really. I guess it is something you do have to find out when you actually play the game, see what you like. I do feel like the specialist system is something you have to play and see if you like, rather than judging straight off of trailers. And can multiple players choose the same specialist? Absolutely, there's no restrictions on how many players you can pick. So of course you can go with an all engineer build if you want to. I suppose it still gives you that freedom to choose your specialist even if someone's using it. So are there any restrictions on weapons or tools? There's no restrictions on tools. While primary and secondary weapons are limited in the starting loadout, they can be swapped during gameplay at the trader between waves, allowing players to use any weapon or tool regardless of their chosen specialist. I know they actually did reverse this, because I remember originally they were going to make it so weapons were locked to characters, but they did reverse this so you can cross perk, which I think is a really good idea. I definitely think it eased the hate off a little bit from specialists, but again there is still that outlining issue of not being able to pick your character. What type of skills can be unlocked? So each specialist skills include passive, throwables and gadgets, can be unlocked as they level up. Skills enhance gameplay, providing unique advantages, so it is obviously very customizable. You can basically customize it to how you play. Can you customize how your specialist looks? Yes, there are many cosmetic options that can be unlocked through both the free and paid tracks of the supply pass. Along with additional purchasable options, we are excited to hear from players about how they would like to customize their avatar's appearance. So you can customize their appearance to make them look better. So why are characters tied to perks then, is the real question. Character avatars are tied to a specific class to help maintain clarity in gameplay. Killing Floor 3 with so many bullets flying, Zed exploding, blood spraying and gore everywhere helps players quickly identify classes and coordinate better amongst the carnage. We know this is a change from previous titles in the franchise, but I'm confident that this makes for a stronger moment-to-moment gameplay. And you see, quite a few people have brought up this point, but you don't really struggle to see who is who in matches. Like in Killing Floor 2, for example, the perk icon and health and armor is actually above the player in multiplayer games, so you can easily tell who is who. But maybe with Killing Floor 3 that isn't the case. Maybe you actually have to rely on characters rather than perk icons above their head. Who knows? I don't know what's going to happen. But yeah, again, I never really had any issues identifying perks or people, so I guess maybe they're changing this. I'm not even sure. We've been working with members of the Killing Floor community to ensure this change, and other updates to Killing Floor 3 are helping us craft the best game possible. Hopefully it is. Does Killing Floor 3 support widescreen and ultra-wide resolutions? Yes, it supports 16:9 ratio and 32:9. Does Killing Floor 3 use upscaling solutions? PC players can opt to use several industry upscaling solutions for better performance, which includes FSR, DLSS, TSR, XESS at variable levels for quality performance. Don't even ask me what any of this stuff means, I'm no expert on it. So how should I expect the game to run? A lot of any advanced graphical features used such as HDR with global illumination. So players have the ability to turn on HDR, lumen reflections, lumen global illumination for more realistic image quality. The settings are not required and can be turned off using more traditional lighting, which is cool. I know most people don't actually have a very strong PC, you know, they can't afford like a high-end PC. Having the option to turn these off is a good idea. And will Killing Floor 3 support player-created mods? Player-created mods are super important to us, as well as many members of our community. That's why we want to make sure this feature receives the appropriate attention for this feature. Post-launch, the team will continue exploring how we can better support player-made creations. Now, with player-created mods, hopefully it isn't just turned into a seasonal update, just for like content. With Killing Floor 2, it was very much the case. They took stuff off the workshop and just turned it into like a seasonal update. Whereas again, with Killing Floor 3 updates, I hope it's a lot more original, the maps. Because in Killing Floor 2, they did sort of get a bit lazy and copy off the community. They barely changed anything with the actual original mod, and just uploading the map like as it was on the workshop. And I feel like more original maps would be a good idea, which is why with player created mods, I know it is a really good idea, but hopefully Tripwire can create updates which are a little bit more original, rather than some of the stuff we see at the end of Killing Floor 2's life cycle. To keep up to date with Killing Floor 3 news, you can obviously go to all of this stuff here. You've also got their socials linked below here. You can also subscribe to me, give a like on the video to keep up to date with the latest Killing Floor 3 news, which I will be covering as soon as any comes out. I know I'm a couple days late to this, and that's because I was busy with work. But yeah, what do you think of all this? Do you agree with some of this stuff? Do you disagree? Do let me know down below, and I'll see you in the next video.